right, one.
I will give you
Oh, yeah.
all of that.
Tattoo. I need to kiss the tattoo. I know I've seen some nut drip right there before.
Oh my God.
A1?
But
I don't know. I just want to show Suki my pick and let her judge.
yeah.
I'll judge. She said she'll judge. Okay. Really, always pleasant.
No, but
It's thick.
He's supposed to be.
You are aggressive.
She love that shit, man. Look at her. She like that old shit.
I don't. Not right now.
Okay, so in the video that we saw, this is rapper Sukihana, and right now she is making headlines because she was somewhere. I don't know what that recording was that we saw. I don't know where they were. It looks like they were at a basketball game. She was on like a panel with some other social media influencers, and there was a rapper by the name of YK. I don't know his name. Okay, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I don't know his name. I think it's YSK or YK Osiris or something like that. I'm not sure. But basically, I want to bring it all back to that original video, okay? So in that video, she's somewhere on a panel and they're all talking, and I guess he approaches her and is being like flirtatious or whatever in some kind of manner, and she is a little taken aback by that. So she's like, oh, little boy, go sit down somewhere, because, she said she would turn him out. I could basically run circles around you. You're not ready for this, little boy. Get up out of here. And, she's going back and forth with him, which leads up to him actually going, and he kisses her on the cheek the first time. And then he goes in and kisses her on the lips. So when I saw this and I saw how many women were speaking up and were so outraged about it, I realized that there's so many women who genuinely do not understand the dynamics of how life works. Okay? And I'm going to break it all the way down, because in this conversation, I am really trying to get this message onto as many ears as possible, because a lot of women have things twisted. Okay? The other clip that I showed you was that she was on a different panel. It looked like a talk show or whatever. The only person I recognized on that talk show was Candy from Real Housewives of Atlanta. And she is there and she's talking, and a man is very assertive with her, telling her what he wants to do to her, telling her, whatever. I just cut a small clip of it, but he was very, speaking to her very much in detail of all the things that he would do to her if he got the opportunity. In that same conversation, they were talking about a man's, how well endowed certain men are. And he said that he was going to show her a picture for her expertise opinion on what he had. Okay? And she, she was like, oh, yeah, she told him what she thought. She's like, oh, yeah, I'll check. Very willing, to see. Very willing to be a part of the foolishness. But then the more intense that the conversation's getting, she's like, oh, no, like, I'm not like this. I don't like this. I don't like this. Women have to understand, right? No matter how you dish it, how you slice it, men treat you how you portray yourself. And it's so interesting because women find so much fault in that. Women are like, oh no, not just because I'm walking around with, only pasties on and this, and I'm twerking, I'm on the floor, and I talk about all the things, all of my escapades in my bedroom, and, I basically wear it on me. And if I talk to a man, I'm going to be talking to him in a flirtatious manner. It don't mean that he have the right to flirt with me. It don't mean, that he has the right to say certain things to me. He has to respect my boundaries. What boundaries? There's a reason why on these two different platforms, people have approached her in a similar manner. Can we just be real about that? There's reasons why. I can guarantee if another woman, I don't even want to call nobody name, if another woman walked onto those same situations, that they would not have the same outcome as this woman is having. You know why? Because women who value themselves, women who respect themselves, women who honor themselves, they are not going to walk into spaces and allow anybody to treat them any way they feel like treating them. It's not going to happen. It can't happen. One of the main reasons why it can't happen is because they will not engage. I want the women to listen very keenly. They will not engage. When somebody is coming to them and talking to them with the foolishness, talking to them or speaking to them in a way that is demeaning or disrespectful, their ears are off. They can't hear you anymore. They can't see you. They can't hear you, because everything about you, about your body language, about your energy has told this person, I'm not the one to play with. Don't play with me like that. Don't talk to me like that. As a matter of fact, I'm going to make you feel uncomfortable for speaking to me that way, because I'm going to say, pardon me? What did you say? Excuse me? We have to have these conversations, because in all of the comment sections of the video, it is women saying, it doesn't matter what women do. He doesn't have the right to do this. It doesn't matter what women say. He doesn't have the right to do this. And I wholeheartedly agree. I 100% believe and agree that it doesn't matter, to any extent, how you portray yourself when somebody comes into your personal space, or when somebody physically touches your person. That's not right, especially if you are not consenting to the situation. I wholeheartedly agree. I'm not made of stone. I'm a woman. I would never come here and say, oh, well, she asked for it because she this, or, he had the right to do that. So what? You look like you wanted to do that. No, it doesn't matter. If you did not want to be a part of that and that person did that, it's wrong. But here's the thing. Here's the tricky thing. A lot of women will say with their mouth that they don't want to be a part of something, but their actions are not following what they're saying they want. He leaned over, he kissed her on the cheek. Again, she's going back and forth with him, tit for tat, making it say, oh yeah, I will run circles around you, boy. I will do this, boy. I will do that. I will do that. You better go get yourself from around me. This is playing the game. This is playing the game. This is engaging. This is, oh, you say something, I'm going to say something. Oh, you say something, I'm going to say something. This is flirting with you. Because a woman who was not, again, I have to be very clear, who is not willing to participate, who is not a part of the game playing, is not going to stand here and go back and forth with you. It's not going to happen. You're going to be talking to yourself. Because if I find your behavior disrespectful, I'm not going to respond to you. I don't have anything to say. Because I want to show you how off-putting what you're saying to me is, so that you cannot communicate with me like this again. Every time you see me, you're going to know that you can't communicate or play with me like that because I don't think it's funny. Because I'm not laughing. In the video, we see her laughing. Oh. People are like, oh my gosh, she was saying help me. She was saying help me. And why didn't the men protect her? And there's all these men on the panel. And how come, they let her go through that? And this is what we talk about when we say protect black women. You know why these men did not say anything? Because she's a grown woman. They are looking at you. This is, okay, let's be clear. If you guys don't know the background of who this person is very vulgar, okay? On social media, she talks about the intricate things that she does, willing to do. There's no imagination on what goes on with her, okay? A lot of men, or men in general, when they see a woman who behaves like that, they look at her as a woman who is also going to be able to handle herself in adverse situations. Because you're so ruthless in the things that you say. You're so willing to, go against the grain and say something or speak out. So since you are so willing to speak out in other adverse situations, if somebody was really bothering you or, putting you in a situation that you didn't want to be in, we're expecting you to also speak out. Because I believe that the people who are sitting there, if they knew that she was really not a part of the games, I don't believe that they would not have told him, yo, bro, watch out. Hey, nah, chill. She not with. She says she don't want to play like that. They would have turned the joke against him to embarrass him so that he walks away. But you're turned around in your seat engaging with him. Oh, I will run circles around you. I will do this. He's touching you. You're laughing. You're giggling. It looks like you guys are in a harmonious situation, that you guys are both cohesively playing with each other. It doesn't look like there's any harm going on. So what would be the need for rescue if you laughing? The problem is that women don't like honesty, right? They want to live and abide by whatever rules that they make up today, tomorrow, or whatever, and just use that, run with it, and that should be well enough. Oh, well, if I don't want to do this, I shouldn't have to do it, and they should just, bend to what I think, or do this or do that, and everything's going to be fine. And that's not the real world. That's not reality. Reality is how you move, how you portray yourself, how you represent yourself is how people are going to treat you. Again, it's not a coincidence that she went to 2 different spaces and there was opportunities for people to, be aggressively communicating with her in a certain manner. On the second one that I saw, which I guess happened a long time ago, I guess it's resurfacing because of this whole situation. On the second one that I saw, the guy, again, he was telling her, about him being in doubt, and she was like, oh, I'll see it. And then the more aggressive that he got with his speech with her, all of a sudden, when she's backed into a corner, that's when she's like, basically like, okay, stop now. I don't like this. But you engaged. You allowed him that opportunity to further the conversation. You allowed him the space to make you feel, quote unquote, uncomfortably, because you were going back and forth, tit for tat in the conversation, instead of saying, why are you speaking to me like that? I don't understand. Are you okay? What's going on? Why are you communicating with me in that way? A lot of these women, I have to be honest, okay? This like the mama, okay? This like I'm your mama. I'm your big sister. I'm your little sister, whatever you want to call it. But I'm being honest, for real. Because women always talk about, who's going to protect us? Who's going to protect us? Da, da, da. You're always expecting for someone to come to your rescue, but you don't even come to your own. You don't come to your own. The saying prevention is better than cure. Y'all don't be preventing nothing, but y'all want the cure. You're in this situation, and a lot of these women on social media, they have mouth for everybody else. Somebody tick them off. If somebody do this, if somebody do that, you know, if somebody say this, if somebody say that, they be so ready. They be on 10. The good guy who you talking about, he broke, he this, he that. Y'all be talking to him terrible. If he even dares to try to approach you or try to get your number or do this, y'all be reading them for a feel. Oh, you think you can afford me? You think you could do this? Oh, you too broke to be with me. But y'all be going in. How do you expect people to, quote unquote, protect or cover or help you in situations that you are, again, a willing participant in situations that you are engaging in? If you're not standing up for you, how are you expecting somebody to come and stand up for you or know that you need help? How? In the clips you saw, let me see if I can go back a little bit too, actually. This is another young rapper. He's probably around the same age as the guy who she was saying that she would run circles around. This is her right here in the yellow hair. On all fours while a man is holding her hair like she's a dog. I don't know if women know this, but women believe that they have all the power when it comes to men, which is not true. Women also believe that they can be multifaceted in a sense that they can act like this, then they can talk to you in a certain demeanor, then they can do this, and then they can do that, and that people will not categorize you based off of only one thing because they will see all your facets, and so that they will know that in different situations, you're going to act different. No. That's not how it works. When people see you portray yourself in a certain way, like you down for anything, like, you know, at any given moment, you be the one that be ready. And, you know, you the one, you ain't scared to say this. You ain't scared to, because, you know, if he want to know if I'm down, I'm down. More than the average person, people are going to approach you a certain way. They are. And you're looking at everybody else to blame, and you think you have no part to play in it. You do. You do. If you see, let me see who I can use as a point of authority. If you see a teacher, right? And you see this teacher and she is, you know, dressing a certain way. She's talking with like horrible grammar. You know, she's relaying herself in a certain tone to you or whatever. And then you get a bad grade on the test. You're going to have a problem with the teacher. Because you're going to be like, now you have the audacity to give me a bad grade when you don't even know how to talk. You pretend like me and you were the same thing. You know, you pretend like you my homegirl. You act like you my friend. How dare you try to show some kind of, you know, respective or restrictive authority towards me when me and you come in, we be talking about all types of stuff that teachers and students are not supposed to be talking about. The respect is gone. Even, I'm gonna take it even a step further. Even women who portray themselves in such a light, right? In a way that most people would seem as demeaning. You see, if they walk into a room, a man is going to sit there and observe. He's going to observe the energy that you're bringing. He's going to observe the way that you're communicating, the things that you're saying, how you're moving, to see how can I play this. Let me see if I'm gonna have to put on the real Mac, or let me see if this is gonna be an easy 1, 2, 3, and she's really about the things that she says she's about on social media. They're looking to you. And when you go in and you play up to it, you're going to reap the result of that. You see, if you go in and you're like, different demeanor, showing that you respect yourself, showing that you're not going to allow people to speak to a certain way or move a certain way. When you do that and you display yourself in a different light, they say, oh, even though she says these things, she's not what I thought. A lot of women have this mentality that a woman, like I said, can do whatever. She can portray herself in any way. Women even have this rhetoric like, if you want to go to a guy's house, he can only, go as far as you want him to go, and this and that. And if you decide that you want to basically jump into bed and then jump out, then, oh, well, he gonna have to deal with this. He gonna have to deal with that. He gonna blah, blah, blah. But you're putting yourself into situations that you don't know how the situation is going to turn out. Key heavy on you're putting yourself in these situations. A lot of these modern women, you can see that they're growing or that they've grown in such ways that they kind of just been winging it, right? And whatever's working is cool. And it's all well and fine until. And you see the conversations that I have, people done said all types of stuff about me. Okay? They done called me all types of things. They done said, mammy, this, that. They done said all types of things. But one thing that you can't say is that I'm not sitting here having conversations about elevation and about, you being the best version of you. You could say I'm not applauding the foolishness. You could say that I'm not applauding women just, they talk about they support other women, but instead of telling women the truth, they just support the foolishness. And then when you're crying or when you're hurt later on, they pat your back and they pretend like they're so supportive of you. I can't believe that happened. I can't believe this. I'm not going to pat your back because I'm here now talking to you before you get there so that you can have the tools when nobody else is around to grab on, to think on your own. That's valuable, if you ask me. I don't want to be a part of no sisterhood that, like I said, they call to you after the fact. But before, they were amping you up to go there. If you know what I'm talking about, then you know what I'm talking about. I want to know what you guys think about this whole situation in the comment section down below. I would love to hear you guys' opinions on this video. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. And I will see you guys in the next one. Love you.